Taft Price talks with Paul James, the gardener guy, about planting trees and shrubs to create your own living privacy fences.
Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden. And you know what, Paul, sometime when we look at a fence to divide us from our neighbors, it looks all right, but sometimes we actually want to use some shrubs instead. You're going to give us some great ideas so that we can use it today.
Yeah, because a lot of people have a neighbor who maybe doesn't take care of the yard all that well. I'm not saying you have that person, but a lot of people have a neighbor like that. So, living fences, I like to call them.
Okay.
This is a great example. This is an arborvitae, and there are several out there. This is emerald green, and green giant is its brother over yonder. But up to 25 feet, 4 or 5 foot spread. So you can really, I mean, even if you're trying to block someone that's got a 2-story house next door and you're at the pool, these will fit the bill.
Does it grow that fast in about a year?
No,
oh, darn.
Not quite that fast. It does grow pretty rapidly. It is not drought tolerant. You got to water them in the summer.
Okay.
And of course, as you well know, you got to water them in the winter,
as well. All right.
More to come.
Here we go.
And here, Taft, we've got junipers. 3 in particular that I want to show you.
Okay.
We've got the Taylor juniper, which has kind of a bluish gray cast to its foliage.
Yeah, it does.
Again, 15 to 18 feet or so, 4 to 5 feet wide. Then you've got the Spartan juniper, about the same size overall, but a little darker green. And that's a beautiful, beautiful tree.
Really pretty.
A lot of people use these in containers as well when they're small. And then the granddaddy of them all is the Canardi. Now, eastern red cedars, you know, in farms and ranches, they bring out the axe or the kerosene as quick as they can when they see one of these, because they do have a tendency to reseed in farmlands, but they do great and they're very well behaved as a landscape tree and a beautiful screening plant.
So when we see one this size here, about how old is this one that we're looking at?
Oh goodness, old. Well, I'm guessing 15 years, thereabouts.
Really? Okay.
But birds love them. They'll nest in them. It's a great nesting site, and they'll eat the juniper berries.
I think there's a nest in that one, isn't there?
Yes, there was. I just saw that. That made me think of it.
All right, Paul, this one you're showing me has a little bit more color than the ones that we've seen so far.
Yes, it's called the red tip photinia.
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
So, you know, a lot of times they'll say like 8 to 10 feet on these. I've seen them 15, 18 feet. So it's highly variable. Okay. But you can shear them, you can cut them back. You can actually cut them hard to the ground every year if you want, and they'll still come back. So here's one a little older, you see is getting a little height on it.
Yeah.
And these are dynamite, they're evergreen, hugely popular, great plant for screening and a quick grower.
Can you cut them into the shape of a duck?
You could, why would you?
I don't know, just wondering. Never know, I may get creative.
All right, Taft, last one. Unfortunately, because actually there's several more I could talk about, but these are laurels.
Okay.
So laurels, typically you're looking at 8 to 10 feet, 4, maybe even 5 foot wide spread. So a really great screening plant. And let me just suggest, rather than plant them in a row like this, stagger them. So plant one here, one here, one here, one here,
the zigzag.
one here, in a zigzag effect. That way you'll get instant screening. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, laurel is hardy. About half the people that watch will get that joke, won't they?
That was a good one, I have to admit.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for these great ideas. And like I say, if you want to screen them from your neighbor, which my neighbors don't have to worry about that because I love them so much, don't have to worry about that. Make sure you get me one of each, Paul.